Okay guys, so with the cab finished up on the 6x6, I can start mounting these Auxbeam lights. And I'm going to start with these side shooter lights, the lights with the light that shoots off to the side. They got a pretty good or pretty universal mounting system in the back. You can see it's got this aluminum bracket that can be slid kind of all over the place. And there's another mounting hole there if you want to go that direction. I'm going to be facing the side shooter towards the back of the machine. I don't really want it facing the forward because I don't really want to be blinded with it. I don't have a side mirror on my Ranger yet. It's something I might be adding, so I don't want the light shining forward at me. So that's how I'm going to mount these up. I'm just going to drill one hole into the roof. Pretty easy. And then I'm going to run the wiring into the cab. So this is going to be pretty simple. Why I'm starting with this. So it's pretty much just one hole on each side. And I'm going to bolt these up. So we've got the side shooters installed. Like I said, I just drilled one hole into my roof. I got the wire running up under the roof. There's a small area I can get the wires into the cab. So that's what I'm doing there. I think that's a really good spot for it. Got the other one in there. That side shooter should shoot the light out, like way out here. And also get some good light off to the side, so pretty happy with those. They look real good on there. They're almost hidden, it's hard to even see them, but anyway, we'll move on to the other lights. Okay, so I'm going to tackle my big light bar here next. And normally I put my light bars on these Rangers above the roof. And I mean, it works out okay. The only thing is it's kind of up in harm's way. Above the Ranger, you got to be careful. On my last Ranger, I couldn't get in like a normal garage because the light bar was too tall, so I couldn't get inside a normal height garage. So I think I'm going to take advantage of this area I got here with my metal roof. And I'm going to put it right there. How I'm going to do that is I made some custom brackets here. I just cut some heavy flat stock and went to our brake and I just made these up. So they're just 90-degree brackets and these are going to go on the end. And then these brackets, I'm going to weld these to the roof. Normally, these lights come with brackets like this to mount them up. But I think it's going to be at an angle. The angle of that roof is going to be at such a point that I don't think those brackets are going to work. So I just made up my own brackets and I'm going to weld them on the roof. They're going to be a permanent deal. And that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start doing some measurements and we'll get this thing centered on the roof and hopefully tacked up, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so we got the light bar on the roof there. I got it not fully welded, but it's just tacked up there. And I really like it. It's a bit of a struggle getting that up there by myself straight. But I like it below the roof line. I think that worked out really well. And another thing is, I think it's more in proportion with the machine. I know I see a lot of UTVs running like a full 52-inch light bar up there. And to me, it just kind of seems out of proportion. You know, on a truck, a 52-inch, you know, above the windshield. But I think like a UTV just doesn't need that much light bar. But anyway, I like it, guys. I gotta figure out how to run the wires. I gotta drill a hole in the roof somewhere. And we'll run the wires in the cab. But I got one more light bar to mount up. The little 16.5 inch. We're gonna try to get that up here. So I'm gonna get it out, get the look and what I can do, and I'll be back. So I got the light mounted up there and finally got some luck on my side because there's two existing bolts, one right there, one right there. They hold a screen on up here and it fit absolutely perfect. No modification, didn't have to enlarge the hole or anything. Basically unbolted it, put the light in there, tightened it down. So I'm really happy with that, guys. Finally a little bit of luck comes my way. I may paint these brackets black. I really don't like them that color, so they may go black when I paint the rest of the cab. But I really like the light there. Even if I do a guard, I'll probably do some sort of a guard or something. I'm going to leave that light there. So that worked out really well. So now that I got all the lights in place where they're going, I get to wire them up. So I got to figure out where my switches are first. Then we can start running some wires. Okay, so I found this really cool switch panel on Amazon. They had a few different variations. This one's got 6 switches. It's got a 12-volt cigarette lighter type thing, and then some USB power sources, and then it's also got a voltmeter here. So I thought that was pretty neat. It's going to give me pretty much all the switches I need. I'm going to add some wireless switches, but this will be all the switches that I really need for this machine. Just get it in there one time, done. It is pre-wired to a certain extent. I'm going to have to change some things on here, but it's pretty much pre-wired. All you got to do is change change it for what you need it to be. And then I'm going to add some relays to this and stuff. So it does come with a few fuses and stuff like that. But like I said, I'm going to change this. I'm going to use some relays and stuff. But this one is orange. They have different colors. I wanted something different than the typical blue, reds, and greens you see. So I went with orange. Really nice switches, they feel like. And this is really meant for like a boat. But you just got to cut your hole out. It's got screws that go all the way around the perimeter. And there's a gasket for it too that's got to go on here. But I think this is going to work out real nice. Okay, so in the cab here, this is where my switch panel's going. It's actually going underneath the shifter. And there's the hole I had to cut out, pretty big hole. This is really the only spot that it would fit on this dash. There's really no other spot that it would fit. Just used a Dremel with the trim bit. They call it a trim bit. Cuts this plastic really nicely, really cleanly too. Only it does make a mess. I gotta vacuum all that up. But that's the only downside. Anyway, I'm gonna get it in here. We're gonna get it screwed on. And I'm waiting on relays and stuff, so I can't really wire anything up. But we're gonna get the switch panel in. I might hook up my volt meter because I'd like to see what that's doing. Make sure the deal is charging. I'm not sure. We might have a charging issue on this thing. I don't know, but I'll be able to tell once I get this voltage meter in there. So I got my switch panel in. I like it, guys. I think it's going to work out pretty good. I've got the voltmeter hooked up. And that's pretty much it. So once I get my relays, I'll be able to start hooking some stuff up. Be able to hook up my power sources here and some of the switches, and we'll be good.